Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Daily Dose of Good News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. As you guys know, we're winding down my 48 interviews I did on Wednesday, October the 29th, when I broke the Guinness World Record for most TV interviews in 12 hours in 2025. The 45th guest I got a chance to interview is someone I'm glad to call a friend. Dr. Teresa A. Smith, aka Dr. TAS, is not only a Amazon best-selling author. Her newest book with her sister, Anjaya, is here, but also she's a media personality, motivational speaker, as well as offers other services as well. She came in from North Carolina to be a part of our event that day and do our conversation with Dr. Taz. My first question was tongue-in-cheek initially, but you have written several books, Taz. In your book Transformation, however, you start by saying that change is challenging. What has helped you to deal with those challenges?
Understanding, Cyrus, that I am just a human being. And when I look at the challenge as an opportunity and then take the help that's out there, then it doesn't seem so challenging. But I think having that humility and being vulnerable, because, I'm a Black woman, so I'm taught to be strong, but I'm vulnerable sometimes.
Love that. Your honesty and transparency, just like now, are part of your trademark, Ties. What has it been like for you to lean into that transparency, even when it's uncomfortable?
Cyrus, as you stated, I'm so honest. It's hard because when I'm the firstborn, so therefore I carry that weight of being everything my parents viewed, thought that I would be, and that responsibility. But sometimes I have to stop and say I have to be me, and sometimes me means I'm fragile. I don't know what I need to do. And I think the more I become comfortable with it, actually I'm becoming stronger. And that's the part of really reflecting and understanding who we're supposed to be versus who we think we're supposed to be.
Yeah, love that. The third question for you, Taz, is you have also been able to share your love of food. We've had a few people here that have been good with the kitchen, with the world through your cookbook and your live shows online. But here's the question for you with this. How has cooking added to your healing?
Cyrus, I thought that was such a good question. Metaphorically, I've been thinking about it because when I cook, I assemble things. Mm-hmm. And when we talk about healing, it's always about assembling things that will help to nurture us, to help us to heal through something. And I think that creativity that I employ when I am cooking, I'm now actually doing it more in my real life. Mm-hmm. The every day-to-day part of who I am, I'm pulling from here, I'm pulling from there. And it tells me if I can do it with the food, certainly I can do it with me. Mm-hmm. And that's encouraging me.
Yeah. I love that. And I think, too, when I was writing these questions out for you, I've interviewed you so many times, Taz, I wanted to make sure I didn't ask you something I had not already asked you. Now, this is one thing that's been new for Taz, and I'm curious as to your answer about this. You are building your own media company, even though you may not have called it that initially. How does that feel to look back at the last 5 years, just the last 5 years, and what you've been able to do just in media, outside of books and everything?
Cyrus, I always knew that I was going to have a show. I didn't know I was going to have multiple shows. And I think it was Iron Chef Alex Guinicelli that said that our passion finds us. I think is how she said it. And I realized that the shows are really my passion. And I didn't realize it would be that. So I'm just amazed at what I've accomplished, and I'm looking forward to what's to come.
Love that. That leads us to our fifth question for you before our bonus question, Todd. So fifth question is this. We are always our toughest critic. Are you finding it easier to give yourself grace?
I am, Cyrus, and I can thank you for that. I can thank other authors that I know and people who are part of CMG. I was at dinner and someone said, "Oh, so you're a personality, you're famous." And I said, at my level, yes, because the person didn't know that I cooked live. Mm-hmm. And for me to be able to say that, I thought, you've grown. Mm-hmm. And that's what life is about, growing, because we have so many gifts to share. But if we don't realize that ourselves internally, how can we ever really share what's been put into us to share?
So true. So true. So your bonus question, Taz, is this. What would you say to our audience, both those here in person as well as those online, about accepting the challenge and the blessings of transformation?
Oh, the challenge and the blessing. You can't have one without the other. They go together. And with each opportunity, which is a challenge, you get a chance to grow. Then if that opportunity increases, you get a chance to continue to grow. So just realize it's a part of life. You know, even Christ had challenges. And if he had challenges on this earth, who are we not to? But we know what he then came and he did. So just as he did what he did, we can do great things.
All right. Dr. Teresa A. Smith, everyone, let's give her a hand. Dr. TAS, thank you so much. Great conversation with TAS. As I mentioned, her new book is here. That is Real Talk with TAS and Angelia, two sisters, two perspectives on life, love, and everything in between. It's out now in paperback. The Kindle is coming on Amazon. Then, of course, make sure you guys get the second edition of her book, Stronger. Her other books are on Amazon as well. TAS, thank you so much for coming in from North Carolina to be a part of our big day. Thank all of you for tuning in to this episode of Daily Dose of Good News. And remember, give yourself grace, give yourself credit, and know that there are greater things to come. You all make it a great one. We'll talk soon.